guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's video will be about my experience in New York, and I hope this helps if you yourself are thinking about going to New York. So let's get started and let's get on with the hotel reviews. So after a 7-hour flight from the UK, a 1-hour Uber from the airport, we eventually arrived in Queens to our hotel, the One Boutique Hotel. We booked this on booking.com and we did the pay when you get there option. So there was no like surprise, transactions coming out of the bank or anything like that. When we arrived there, the staff were really friendly. It was so quiet. It felt like there was nobody else in this hotel the whole time, because we didn't see any other guests apart from on a Saturday. There must have been a party in the bar, because there was just so many people, and it was like the most amount of people, and the bar was really loud playing music. But yeah, that was the most people we saw in the hotel the whole time we was there. It was so quiet. So the room we first got was this one. It was so small. The toilet was so close to the bed and there was no windows. It made me feel so uncomfortable. So we did pay for a room upgrade, which was this one. This toilet still wasn't separated as such, but it was a lot further away from the bed, which I liked so much more. Even the bed in this room was a lot bigger, so it was much more comfortable to sleep on. The shower, again, wasn't separated from floor to ceiling, so sometimes when someone was in the shower, if you was in bed or someone was in the room, they might get a little bit wet. That was a bit weird. But at least this one had at least a window in it with a view, so that was really interesting to see what was outside, because obviously we'd never been to New York, so it was really great to have at least some sort of view. I mean, I'm pretty sure we could see one of the bridges, and I'm not sure which one though. So the first day we got the subway, it was really cheap. It was like $30 for the whole week, and we only had to top it up once because we were there for 9 days, so we needed it like an extra day or so. But in reality, it was really easy to follow and use, and I actually found it a lot more easier to use than the underground here in the UK. The train space, there was a lot more space on the train, even seating area wise. There was always a seat. I don't know, maybe we just went on it at convenient times, but we always felt that there was a seat. We were coming from Queens, so we always were passing the Yankee Stadium, which was really exciting to watch. And there was always really cool and exciting things happening on the train or in the subway stations, which was really great to watch as well. So I'm just going to talk you through a couple of things we did, pretty much everything, to put it in a nutshell. Grand Central Station, absolutely beautiful. Make sure to look at the artwork on the ceiling, it's amazing. Please don't lay down on the floor though, because that is illegal, even if you do see it in movies. Next we went to the Brooklyn Bridge. This was about a 45-minute walk, I believe, but it's actually so worth it because the views you see are absolutely amazing. The skyline is absolutely beautiful. It's incredible, and you don't actually realise how surreal it is. Wall Street was pretty underwhelming, I believe. It didn't live up to expectations. Then we went on a ferry, I believe, to the Statue of Liberty Island. We didn't actually go onto the island. We just stayed. We stayed on our ferry and it went round it, so we got all the pictures that we needed and wanted, and we saw all the views that we would have seen. I think roughly the same kind of views. Then we went on to the One World Trade Center, visit the memorial as well, and it was so quiet. I mean, I'd never seen it was such a beautiful atmosphere, but it was just so quiet. There was nobody speaking, everyone was just kind of paying their respects. And the thing I really liked is if it was someone's birthday, they put a white rose in their name, so that, as a remembrance, and I just really loved that. I thought it had a really cool little touch to it. Visited the Rockafella Center. We properly ticked off a bucket lister where we went ice skating at the Rockafella Center. We didn't even realise that that would be open while we was out there. We went in October time, so that was a really brilliant surprise. But yeah, so that was great. We went around Halloween time as well, so I mean we was quite surprised at the lack of decoration we saw. I mean, I know we weren't there for the Halloween parade, but we thought there'd be a lot more decorations. This was outside the Rockafella Center, and this was pretty much all the decoration there was, so we was quite shocked. The Empire State, that's the view from the top of the rock, and that is obviously looking dead on at the Empire State Building. You can see the Statue of Liberty to your far right as well, so that's pretty cool. I also really recommend going to see a Broadway in Times Square. That is really cool. We went to see Lion King. It was definitely a 10 out of 10. We do have that here in London, but we thought we'd treat ourselves and go and see it in New York. Definitely worth the watch. We came out around midnight time, and we didn't even realise how late it was because of the fact that it was just so lit up outside, so beautiful, really, really magical place. And you can definitely tell why no one's ever tired, because there's so much coffee to be drunk, and it's also lit up still even at midnight. Even in the day, it's so overwhelming how cool of a place it is. We walked down from Washington Arch, I believe it's called. Through that you can see the Empire State Building, so we walked down towards it. We didn't actually go on the Empire State Building that day, we went on it another day, but we went on it really late, so there was no queues on it whatsoever. We went right to the top floor. I think it was the 102nd floor. Honestly, my knees were cracking together. I hate heights. Was a once in a lifetime thing though, so you just have to make yourself kind of do it. But the views that you get are absolutely incredible, especially at night. So we did Rockafella Center during the day and the Empire State Building at night, and I really, honestly, both were just amazing views, amazing. So we went to two sporting events in New York. We went to basketball, which was New York Knicks versus the Brooklyn Nets. We chose to support the Nets as we don't have basketball in the UK, so we decided that we was just going to pick a random team. If they won, they won. Fortunately, the Brooklyn Nets did win, and it was so hyped up. I mean, it was absolutely an incredible atmosphere. The whole basketball, everything they do in between, it's such entertainment. It's really great. We then went to see ice hockey. I think it was the New York Rangers and someone else. I can't remember who they were playing against, but even ice hockey, I mean, the t-shirt toss, all the entertainment they do in between is really exciting, and it's definitely worth going to do. So we went to the Natural History Museum, which is located near just outside of Central Park, quite far down. We got off on the wrong stop, so we had to walk. Well, we didn't have to, but we chose to walk the whole length down, which took us about an hour and a half. It was such a long journey. I think I didn't like the Natural History Museum as much. I think because I had my hopes set that it was very similar to the Night in the Museum movie, and it wasn't. It had only the Easter Island guy from the movie in it, which, I mean, maybe I just missed all the other things, but unfortunately, it just didn't live up to standards for me. We then walked around Central Park, visited the statues, things like that. Visited the Bow Bridge, Friends Water Fountain, Alice in Wonderland statue. The skyline views were absolutely amazing also, even from certain parts. I mean, and as it started to get evening, it just got beautifuler and beautifuler, and Central Park really did live up to its standards. I mean, you see it in movies and there's music. There was still drum players. I mean, there was a zoo. It was just really cool. We go on to speak about food. So we went to TGI's. We have TGI's in the UK. TGI's in New York, I found it very, very pricey, and it was, in my opinion, not as good as the one they have in the UK. For the price of it, I mean, the menu is very, very bog standard. We tried Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, we tried like dollar pizzas, we tried the food stalls. Wendy's food was absolutely humongous. Everything about them was just huge. Their drinks were like buckets, their chips were like served in even bigger buckets. It was unreal. But the best place that we ate was Ellen's Stardust Diner. And honestly, that just stands out for me so much. It was just the most amazing place I've ever been, and that's the most thing I was looking forward to doing when I went to New York anyway. So I definitely recommend, even if you have nothing planned to do, just definitely walking around. This is where you'll find things to do that you didn't know about, that people probably haven't recommended as much. You'll find street art, you'll find restaurants that you probably never heard of that you'll try, you'll find food stalls, you'll find shops, everything. 100% you need to walk around to really experience the New York City life. And, we accidentally found the Ghostbusters fire station, the Friends building, just by walking around. So it really, really is great. We accidentally come across the High Line. We didn't know about this, so we jumped on and done it anyway. It's like a garden walk on an old rail station that's closed down. That had some also incredible views that we weren't actually aware about, and I did keep seeing this pop up on the to-do lists, but we never thought it'd be interesting enough. So when we did come across it, we thought, right, let's just jump on it, and we did, and pleasantly surprised. Really, really great. I think it was about an hour and a half walk, maybe less. I could be exaggerating that. What I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to pop up a to-do list, just so that you guys can take note of things that, you might have seen in this video that you really enjoyed. And thank you for watching.